Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to begin the day second of Sustainability Conclave Target Net Zero. As corporate India, we need to be part of solution rather than part of problem. Bombay Chamber's Sustainability Conclave has decided to bring best of the minds in India to discuss how corporate India can adopt and sustain sustainability concepts. Yesterday, we had good panel discussion on how sustainability makes business sense, how sustainability needs funding, and today we are going to discuss how technology can drive sustainability and how making net zero real is so critical. I would also like to extend hearty welcome to Shri Bhupender Yadav, Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Labour and Employment, Government of India.
Me? My voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
May I start?
Sir, if you allow me 2 minutes to introduce yourself, that will
Thank
be great.
Sure.
Shri Bhupender Yadav, Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Labour and Employment, Government of India, distinguished speakers, past presidents, members of Bombay Chamber Board, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. I would like to express my heartiest welcome to each one of you on the second day of Sustainability Conclave, Target Net Zero of the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry. At the outset, on behalf of the Chamber and my own behalf, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our speakers for accepting our invitation and gracing this event for meaningful discussion on this important topic. Our special thanks to KPMG India, Bayer Group, Ambuja Cement, and Avana Capital for supporting this event. I would also like to thank Anjali Bansal, President, Mr. Anirban Ghosh, Chairman of the Sustainability Committee, and our own DG Sandeep Khoshla for putting efforts to make this conclave successful. Let me now introduce you to our keynote speaker for today, Dosri Bhupender Yadav, Honorable Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Labour and Employment, Government of India, needs no introduction. But I will be failing in my duty if I don't speak about few words. Shri Bhupender Yadav serves as the Union Cabinet Minister of Labour and Employment, Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Shri Yadav holds bachelor's degree and Bachelor of Laws degree from Government College, Ajmer. Shri Yadav, in his distinguished career, has served in various positions in Bharatiya Janata Party as well as various other organizations. He has also been member of various parliamentary committee and he chaired Joint Committee on Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2015. He has also co-authored a book on forest conservation in India. Without much ado, I request Shri Bhupender Yadav to share his thoughts with this august audience.
Thank you very much. Dear member of the August gathering, let me begin by thanking Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry for inviting me to this event and extending the opportunity to speak on Sustainability Conclave Target Net Zero. When we are discussing this topic, we know that at a present time, when planet was inhabit faces an existential crisis, there are no two views about the fact that we need innovative, scientific, and urgent steps to secure our planet for the generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, the science of climate change, particularly the recent IPCC report, has established that planet has already crossed 1 degree centigrade heating from the pre-industrial period. If the world continues to move on the current path, we will face at least 3 degrees of global heating by the end of the century. Therefore, we need to act decisively now to achieve net zero emissions and arrest any additional temperature increase. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has launched the One Sun, One World, One Grid initiative during COP26 to ensure availability of clean energy from a worldwide grid everywhere at all times. Building on this, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji announced India's contribution to enhance climate commitments, Panchamrit, including our commitment to reach net zero by 2070. India's announcement of net zero is a major step, considering our country is not the cause for climate change and has not been a historical contributor to the greenhouse gas emission. India believes that in order to reach net zero globally, developed countries should take the lead initiative as per the provisions of Paris Agreement. We have used COP26 and other multilateral platforms to urge developed countries having capacities, high per capita emission as well as historical responsibilities to undertake more aggressive steps to reach net zero. Having said that, India as a responsible global power realizes that only collective global action can help combat climate change and challenges. As the world gears up to transition toward a net zero economy, our Honorable Prime Minister has provided the world with a key mantra during COP26, and that is life. Lifestyle for environment conscious lifestyle, focusing on the mindful and deliberate use of resources. India has been pursuing a gradual transition toward net zero by striking a balance between objective of ecology, economic development, and sustainability. India's transition towards net zero is governed by the country's ambitious plans of transforming of renewable energy, including hydrogen, energy efficiency measures, sustainable transport, forest and biodiversity conservation, and promotion of sustainable lifestyle. In this direction, our climate change actions are guided by the framework of National Action Plan on Climate Change with sectorial missions covering key priority sectors of the economy, including renewable energy, energy efficiency, agriculture, urban habitat, Himalayan ecosystem, water, and forests. Private sector plays an important role in our journey towards net zero. That's the reason I am also appealing the Bombay Chamber that your actions, resources, capacity to innovate, and greater reach are vital to swiftly decarbonize sectors, infrastructures, value chains, and the product and services they provide. Since bulk of emissions comes from industries, any climate action will need to reduce or offset emissions that emerge from the industrial and commercial activity. However, private sector players are already playing a key role in this climate fight, as rising number of companies have announced net zero ambitions over the last year, with 64 Indian companies having pledged to reduce greenhouse gas emission. And there is a one collaboration is also at international level where the India and Sweden make a one forum, lead IT. In that forum, so many industries, governments comes together. How do we more and more work on the green and clean energy? On that function, that forum is working. Climate action will not only transform industries, but also reshape how investment choices are made and where money flows. Higher capital is expected to be directed toward companies at the forefront of the climate transition, with reduced financing for companies lagging behind. Transition to net zero is relatively easier for companies operating in service sector, as they only need to change their energy source to renewables and cut most of their emissions. Hence, by making more efficient use of energy across its operations, expanding use of renewable energy sources and working with supply chain partners, service companies will be able to reduce emissions. The net zero challenge is bigger for companies that are largely coal powered and contribute more than half of our country's emissions. Hence, in order to meet net zero target, such firms would need to increasingly invest in renewable sources and newer technology to reduce emissions. For sectors such as the metals and cements, wherein emissions are an inherent part of the production processes, companies would need to adopt an internal carbon pricing by putting a price to every unit of carbon emitted by them to utilize the proportionate money and fund for green investments. In light of the above, I earnestly request private sector and the business fraternity to make the best possible use of this opportunity to invest in climate technologies and expand the use of renewable energy sources in our combined pursuit to achieve a net zero economy. The Article 6 market mechanism has been agreed upon in the recently concluded COP26. This Article 6 related with the carbon market. We have made sure that unsold credit from CDM regime are transited to the new carbon market mechanism of post 2020. And that was a big negotiation of our country in the Glasgow summit. In the coming days, the operational framework of international Article 6 market mechanism as well as domestic framework will be worked out in detail to facilitate participation of all stakeholders. We are also encourage the industry's bodies and sector to prepare roadmaps for the low carbon emission pathways and implement them. The Indian cement industry has exhibited pioneering measures and achieved one of the biggest sectorial low carbon milestone across the world. The Indian industry partner have already undertaken ambitious actions, including voluntary commitment in the areas of renewable energy use, energy and resource efficiency, low GHG pathways, and other environmental protection measures. There has been a greater synergy of India's climate policy with the action and commitment of its private sector. We must ensure that sustainable lifestyle and climate justice are the core of this journey. I am hopeful that with active cooperation from the private sector, India will be able to reduce carbon emissions and achieve net zero target to build a more environmentally sustainable planet. और मैं अंत में एक और बात कहना चाहूंगा। किसी ने कहा है कि ये ग्रह हमें अपने पूर्वजों से उत्तराधिकार में नहीं मिला है, हमें अपने बच्चों से उधार में मिला है। इस प्लैनेट को हमें आने वाली जनरेशन को क्लीन और ग्रीन सोप पर जाना है। इंडस्ट्री इसमें योगदान करेगी। I would like to conclude by thanking you for being such a patient listener. Thank you very much.
Honorable Mantri Shri Bhupendra Yadav ji, thank you so very much for accepting our invitation. We are so honored and grateful that you could join us today. और जो आपने जो बातें कही हैं उनसे हम सबको खूब ही इंस्पिरेशन और एनर्जी मिलेगी, और द रिन्यूएबल काइंड ऑफ कोर्स. When we think about the coming together of industry, civil society and government and policy Bombay Chambers Sustainability Conclave. This is our first conclave, which we started yesterday. We had a number of very good deliberations with industry leaders. Today we are continuing, sir, with your inspiring words. And we will take it into the area of new technologies as well. We are conscious that industry has a role to play, common citizens have a role to play, and in partnership with government and policy, sir, with your leadership and also with the inspiring words of our Honorable Prime Minister at COP26 and the Panchamrit model, वो 5 चीजों को लेके सब साथ चलेंगे, then we will be able to create a future for our planet, which, as you rightly said, वो अधिकार नहीं है, वो उधार है हमारे ऊपर. So thank you once again. We are very grateful for you having joined us today and taking time out from your very busy schedule. And in the months to come, we will seek opportunities to collaborate with your team and to work on confluence measures for a more sustainable business model as well as a more sustainable society.
Thank you very much for your word of appreciation, and our ministry is very open to receive any good suggestion from industry. We are very open. Whenever you have a very good suggestion, please send to our ministry. We are ready to discuss and deliberate on your suggestions in future also. Thank you very much.
Thank you.